Hello everybody and welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. I hope you're well, and just to mention to say thank you again to all my new subscribers. I'm now on 1,900 and I made a mistake yesterday. There are two followers from Maryland that I'm aware of. So welcome to both of you. I'm getting to the point where I'm covering a lot of the states, individual states, a lot of the counties. So I've got Norfolk covered, Suffolk, Hertfordshire, London, Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, very, very high up in Scotland. We've got Durham covered. I think we've got someone from York, and I probably missed several. Oh, someone from just outside Manchester, literally where I was, I used to go and I studied and I worked. So big welcome to everybody. It's lovely that you're here, and thank you so much for your comments, your likes, whatever your comments, I read them all. Those of you that spend a little bit longer writing a bit more, I don't respond to them instantly because I want to respond properly, but I do read them all and I do reply, so thank you very, very much. So this is all videoed and recorded on Wednesday, and you can see I was just now holding up some clothes there because my daughter did the Holly Run to celebrate the start of spring, and because of her asthma and allergies, obviously we had to check everything, and she did it with goggles and a mask, so she didn't end up breathing it all in, which, to be honest, if I ran through clouds and clouds of that sort of dust, cornflower dust, I think I'd fancy a mask. Excuse me, I've still got this cough. Must be more than 100 days now, it feels like it. I hope those of you that had these lurgs going around are feeling better. So yesterday was really, really busy. As you know, I'm going on holiday soon, so I tried to pack in lots before my holiday. But that then resulted in me working all day and then working all evening, which is a bit of a mistake because then I ended up with a headache, and I won't be doing that again, you'll be pleased to hear. So in the morning, I was out doing a 3-month review with a learner and manager. I then came back and had to submit lots of documents for somebody's gateway and end of assessment, end of EPA. So yeah, all those documents needed to be submitted and checked and verified to make sure gateway doesn't get rejected. So that means that they're ready for their endpoint assessment. Then I had another meeting away from the house at a school for a learner based in a school. Then I came back and had various meetings about some issues we've had with different IT systems. So I was talking about that and trying to resolve that. So because it was Tuesday is not a job 1 day, it's a job number 2 day. But because I'm trying to get things sorted out before I leave, I actually swapped my days. So I did more of job 1 and less of job 2. Still, I do feel pleased with myself that I managed to switch between the two, particularly as the second job is one that I've been learning and getting used to. And then in the evening, I was over at one of the fire stations in my county doing a review, and then also doing an exit review because somebody's finished and they've finished their programme. Literally, I was sitting here with my daughter and husband, and one of the people rang me and said, oh, they'd made a mistake. They thought the meeting was at 6:30. They've realised it was 7:30, and that they'd been emailing me and texting me. Well, obviously, my laptop was turned off, but it did ring. So that's why I was able to answer the phone. And she said, oh, we planned for you to come in at 6:30. And the reason why they wanted me in early was because they were planning, I think, a birthday meal. But I didn't mind going in early because that then meant that I could get back earlier. So went and did the meeting. I was probably out for a couple of hours. But then when I got back, I then had to keep on working to complete finish off a workshop I was delivering today. So I think I probably turned the laptop off about 10 o'clock. So I agree with what all of you will say. I'm doing too much. I did too much. I'm not going to do that again. That was a crazy day. But I don't know whether all of those of you that work find that. Like before you go on leave, you end up doing loads. And then when you come back, you're doing loads. But you get that nice break in the middle. So this morning, I was delivering the workshop. So the workshop was split into 2, and that ran from between 9:30 and 12:30. I had lunch that my husband kindly made, finished off a few other bits and pieces that I needed to, and then I drove into the nearest city to where I live to do another review. That's going to be a new learner that I'm going to take over because somebody else is leaving. Then I picked my daughter up early because she's now finished for Easter. Hooray! And so she'd had a nice day in this holly run. And then I came home. So my daughter just was relaxing on the settee. So I thought, my husband's done my dinner, which is great. So I thought the kitchen's looking pretty good, but I'm going to just do a little bit of washing up. And just, you know, how I like to do, just keep things maintained. So I had a bit of a sort out with washing up, put all the things away, all the wiping up away that was then dry, swept up the floor. And what I'm finding, because I'm sweeping up so much more regularly, now the floor is just so much cleaner. And there's not like bits on the floor for several days because I'm sweeping maybe sort of twice a day rather than leaving it. And I have said to my husband, if you drop anything on the floor, however small, it needs to be picked up instantly. Even if something like, you know, a crumb of a little tiny grain of rice that needs to be picked up and put in the bin. Unfortunately, he's actually put the pasta on and we found that we've got some sort of bugs in the pasta, and it's the cupboard that I sorted out really recently. So I don't know what's gone on there. I guess sometimes you could buy a pack and there could be something in it, couldn't there? But I went through absolutely everything and I threw away all the things that are out of date, all the things that were past it. So I'm a bit surprised about that. And then next I thought that I'd do a little bit to tidy up the hall. Although I've just noticed, I don't know whether anyone else had noticed, my hair is trapped in the back of my top somehow. I don't know how that's happened. It's like in the back of my top and through the gap. Looks a bit weird. I've been in various meetings like that. So somebody said to me, well, they said in support of me really, about keeping on top of the hall, because you open the door, you want to feel like your house is tidy. I have got various things at the doorway. I've got 2 car seats now. My daughter's too big for the car seats, so I need to sell them. Of course, they don't hold their value at all. They're not worth anything at all. They need to be sold. There's a couple of things that he's been to conferences and got for free, and because they're free, he's just taken them. So we've got a bag there. We've got sort of books, pens, various different things. Oh, T-shirts and tops. And with the T-shirts and the hoodies, I sort of said, why? And he said, oh, well, because they were free and I'll just use them for DIY. And I was like, well, you've got loads of clothes for DIY and we've got loads of bags. So I think that might change his perspective for when he goes to any conferences next. So there's a few things there on the floor. I'm just going through them. Basically, they came from my work bag. I was in a hurry and there was loads of stuff that my bag is just, yeah, my husband and daughter call it Mary Poppins bag because I have so many things in it I don't really need. So I grabbed a load of things and just took them out and left them there. So I decided to go through that pile. There were things that needed to go in the rubbish bin, things that need to go into recycling, and then just a few papers that I need to keep and go back into the bag. On the doormat, I've left 2 Easter eggs and some money for my godsons. Also, I need to pay some money to my friend at Guides tonight. So trying to get organised. I'll see my friend who's the mum of my godsons, so if I give them to her now, I won't have to try and, get them to her later on in the weeks and so on. Also, the yellow bag was full of charity shop bits and rubbish and recycling. So decided to go through that. Just things that I'm doing that technique that a couple of you told me about, using either linen basket or bag as you're moving things around the house. So a quick update on some of your comments. Thank you very much. So I wanted to say Vixie Stixie has been commented on my posts a few times. She suggested about putting maybe some tea towels or something else in the wine rack. I'm using that in a slightly different way, which I think I should explore further. Also, she commented on the glass balls that are on my patio, and I actually bought them in bulk from a company online because I wanted a couple, and I was going to give a couple for presents, and then I just sold the rest. I really like them myself. I've also got a couple that hang from some bushes, some shrubs in my garden. And also I went somewhere locally and I actually made one, and they're hanging up my lounge window. If ever I do a video where I show the lounge window where all my plants are, you can see a couple of different glass balls hanging up there. So thanks for the compliment there, Vixie. Also, people have been saying about the weather and the snow, and some places have been getting even more snow. So Rani was saying about it's 19 degrees, expecting to go up to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Not very warm, but they're used to it. Although it has been one of the warmest winter seasons on record. I think we are seeing a lot of changes, aren't we? It's quite interesting. And then also I just wanted to say John has been following me from, goodness me, John, is it about a year? John Smith. And he said, you've done so well from the beginning to today. So it's people like you, John, that have kept me spurred on and been supporting me right from the very, very beginning. Shananya's Cozy House, who has got a channel of her own, so give that a look if you get a chance. She said, I'm so happy with you for all your subscribers. You really deserve it. And I thought that was really lovely. And then Andrea and Sparrow Stockwell have been mentioning about the music. And I hadn't quite realised, but my daughter's flute lesson could be heard in the background last time. So she was having her flute lesson while I did the voiceover. And a couple of you said about us playing. So yeah, I do play the piano, not very often now. I got up to about grade 6. My daughter likes playing the piano at school, but she doesn't have any formal lessons. So please do keep the comments coming. I very much appreciate them. And now we're about to have dinner. So my husband did bolognese while I was out this afternoon, which was nice. So I didn't have to do that when I got back. So we're going to have that. My daughter's going off to her band where she plays the flute. And then she's going to guides. There's all a bit of a rush on a Wednesday. My husband takes my daughter to band and then drops her off at guides. And I'll be at guides tonight. And we're doing some more Easter bits and pieces, which will be nice. Something edible, I think, we'll be doing. So the leader that I'm with is organising tonight's activities. And then I'll come back, and I am going to be doing a bit of work to finish off tonight. And I'm probably going to be doing a few hours tomorrow night just to finish off everything that I need to do for each of my learners. So for each one, I've got something. So whether it's sending an invite for a meeting, finishing off writing a review, checking a report and giving feedback, I've got something, some small things, some big things for every single learner. So I just need to go through all my learners and make sure I'm up to date. And then in this video at the moment, you'll see all the items in the blue Disney bag, all the piles of music that I sorted out to get at the charity shop, as well as one really big hardback book. And I was very tempted, you'll probably see me there, I started looking through things. It's always a danger with me. Once I've made a decision to get rid of things, I shouldn't start looking again. But I started looking at the book and wondering who'd got the book for me, and wondering if there was anything I could use the book for, and wondering if I should keep a couple of music books. And I decided, don't look at it anymore, Emma. I made the decision Monday, to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it. So you can see very quickly, I just managed to tidy up the hall. I've also decided to get rid of that smallest violin. And I spoke to my daughter today and said, was she happy with me selling it on Marketplace or on eBay? And she is. And I shall put the money in her bank account or use it to buy another case that she needs for her bigger violin. I also get a chance just to quickly hoover the hall rug. And then I've got some other things by that little table. You can't quite see the other table by the door, but I do need to get that clear, and I'm going to sell that table. That was the vintage table I bought for £1. I was really pleased with my bargain purchase, but what's happened is it sits in the hall and it just attracts stuff. So I'm going to clear that up, put all the things away, get rid of the things that just sit at the door that have got other homes. So there's 2 books there that I've borrowed. There's some leaflets that my husband has agreed to deliver. There's some raffle prizes, all things that need to go. I need to get rid of them out of the house to their old home, to their new home. and then I will be able to just get rid of that table, just sell that table. I'm hoping that I'll be able to sell that table for about £25 or £30. And I do also need to get rid of these 2 car seats. And one of those car seats was more than £100. I'll probably get £10 for it if I'm lucky. They just don't hold their value because all new parents are told not to reuse car seats. So I do understand, we bought all of ours new. But the shame of it is they're like almost perfect condition. One we only actually used for about 4 months. That was because our car got stuck in France, but I won't go into detail about that today. Another time. The car got stuck in France with the car seat, with all of our luggage. And then, of course, we then needed to buy a new car seat. So both the car seats are in really, really good condition. But never been in an accident, very good condition. Probably sell them for about £10. But that's just one of those things. So I'll finish off here. And then I'm going to have my, just sit down and have my dinner. So thank you very much for your comments, your likes, your follows, everything you do to support me, really. I hope you've had a lovely day today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye! Oh, just quickly, if you stay till the end of the video, you'll see that big pile I've got in my lounge of all the things that came from under my sofa that I need to sort through.